What up and welcome to the Beneath the Dirt podcast. I'm your host, Ron Bone. Thank you for tuning in. Last week was episode 100. We are officially triple digits. This is episode 101. I want to thank everybody that showed all the love to me last week. Shit was ill. Thank you for all the love that was given to me last week, for reaching 100 episodes. We are grinding beneath the dirt. You are beneath the dirt. Doesn't matter what episode you hopped on. You support the show. You show me love. You're beneath the dirt with me. Much fucking love. It was super dope and very humbling to just get all that love last week. It felt so good. It's one of the reasons why I keep doing what I'm doing. All the love, interacting with y'all. Just keep fucking grinding, doing the podcast. Shout out to Chuck Reeves, Mike Sears, Joker's Gallery, Robbie from Twisted History for doing episode 100 with me. That was fucking fresh. I felt like we knocked out a pretty dope episode in an hour, a little more than an hour. So much love. We got a whole bunch of shit to get into this week. Man, Skee officially off M&E. He addresses it. ICP's, the fuck's it called? The Hallowicked month-long October event. New House of Krazees, Conway The Machine's new album dropped. Whole bunch of shit. Let's get right into it. If you didn't check it out, we talked about it on the podcast last week. Top 10 Twisted songs over on the Speaky Clout podcast YouTube channel. I joined Mike Sears and Joker's Gallery to break down our top 10 Twisted songs ever. This was fun. This was kind of a hard list to put together, but it was great because we all had very different lists. I think only one or two songs from each of our lists were repeated amongst each other. It was very dope, and just to get different views on, what their favorite songs were, what mine were. I had a lot of fun doing it. So go peep that. It's up on the Speaky Clout YouTube channel. Shout out to Mike Sears and everybody else at the Speaky Clout podcast and Joker's Gallery. That shit was fun as hell. Keeping it with the Twisted news. Twisted announced they got a brand new podcast coming out. We already know they had ashtrays and action figures. They got the G-Dam podcast or something that they do every Wednesday, Tuesday. I don't even know. But there's a new podcast media group, Social Talent Media. They're going to be dropping the Freak Show podcast with Twisted. No release date yet on when this is coming. Monoxide talked about that there was a podcast coming out about Tales from the Road, stories from the road, stuff like that. I wonder if this is what the Freak Show podcast is going to be. So if it is, that'll be dope. I'm just not a big fan of the ashtrays and action figures and the other podcasts that they've been doing over this quarantine. A lot of comic book talk, a lot of, Funko Pop talk, action figures, all that. I'm not big into it. I know I got my Jean Grey Funko Pop collection in the background right there, but that's the extent of my action figure collection. What you see if you're watching this on YouTube, right there, I'm pointing at it, is my Jean Grey Phoenix Marvel Girl Funko Pop collection. So, and I do fuck with comic books, but I've kind of fell off with it. I don't even know why I'm talking about. Because the Freak Show podcast. Yeah. Hopefully it's the podcast that we're getting. The stories from the road, that would be fresh. Because I don't think we've ever really got that much from Twisted outside of Monoxide doing his live streams. Remember when he broke down that fight on the Dark Lotus tour? That was dope. So yeah, hopefully we get, that's the podcast, and that's hopefully what we get. Speaking of Monoxide live streams, he took to live last week talking about Blaze's album is done. Mixed and mastered, ready to go. He said it's really good. He's got AXE's record is almost mixed and mastered, ready to go. Mausoleum, we all know that's dropping soon. Pre-orders are going to be dropping soon for that. I believe Mausoleum's dropping in October. Blaze's album, we don't have like a release date, but it's done, mixed and mastered. So that's got to be coming within the next few months. He said Jamie Madrox only wrote 2 tracks on the new Blaze album. Now, if you're not familiar, Jamie Madrox has wrote a lot of the Blaze stuff. Going back to the EP, One Less G in the Hood, Colin Grundy, pretty much every record except Gang Rags, the original version, which was written by Violent J. It sounds like Blaze is writing his own shit now. He did most of the album. Madrox only did 2 tracks. I'm curious to hear what Blaze is going to give us. It's been too damn long since Casket Factory dropped. I'm just hyped for new Dead Man. And also in the live stream, Monoxide. Jamie Madrox came banging on the door, yelling at the door. Monoxide said, "Hey, don't yell at me through the door," talking about some House of Krazees tracks being mixed down right now. This, to me, is some ill news. New House of Krazees, yeah, we got those few tracks last year or the year before. They were okay. The mix really brought it down. But Young Wicked doing all the mixes for M&E right now and sounding fucking nice, crisp, and clean. I love it. I want to hear what House of Krazees, HOK, Mr. Bones, Hectic, ROC is going to bring to the table in 2020. If it's going to be dropping this year, I would imagine it is. Maybe it's just a song. I'm hoping for like a project, an EP. Will this be the Halloween project Monoxide was talking about on a live stream dropping early October? That would be fucking dope. And if so, give us hard copies. Give us the CD collectors. Fuck all the other formats. I'll buy vinyl, cassette, nah. But yeah, CDs all day. Also, side note, please give us the HOK box set on fucking CD. Please. It's cool that you did it on cassette. Good idea. Would have been better. Probably would have sold better on CD. I don't know. That's just me. CD collector. But yeah. New HOK possibly incoming. Another thing he talked about, someone asked Monoxide on the live stream about ICP writing all the lyrics or Violent J writing all Twisted's lyrics back in the day. And he said, "You must got me fucked up for Shaggy 2 Dope. Go ask him. He writes all his shit." It seemed like people wanted to make a bigger deal out of that than what it actually was. Maybe because Shaggy was throwing shade at Twisted a few weeks back, which we covered on the Shaggy and Creep show, where he said he'd rather get kicked in the nuts than listen to a Twisted album. But it's been known that Violent J writes Shaggy shit. Shaggy said it in a Howard Stern interview, I believe. Or maybe Sway, I don't really remember, but it was brought up about ghostwriters. Shaggy said, "Why would I need any other ghostwriter than the guy sitting next to me right here?" So it's been acknowledged. Was he possibly trying to throw shade? No, I think he was just answering a question. But maybe a nice light little jab, since Shaggy was, tossed one at him a few weeks back. I think it was not that big of a deal, but still a little bit of a deal. Keeping it with Magic Ninja, though, we got Lex the Hexmaster dropped his brand new single this past Friday, called Take It Off. It's going to be off the Haunted Mansion EP dropping this Friday. I didn't listen to the single. I listened to the first one that he dropped. He said this one's for the ladies. He's got a woman standing on his hand on the cover right there. You can see it. I didn't listen to it. I'm just going to wait for the EP to drop and then take in the whole Haunted Mansion EP. It's dropping this Friday anyway, so fuck it. I'll just wait a few days. First single was okay. Don't know what this one's like. I've seen people show love for it up on Twitter and stuff like that, so go peep that if you ain't checked it out yet. And this kind of seemed to come out of fucking nowhere. Rittz, formerly of Strange Music, now of his own Clientele Records. He's got a new album dropping, Picture Perfect, with the fresh-ass cover art looking like Bob Ross on this motherfucker. I should have worn my Bob Ross shirt for this episode. But yeah, Rittz dropping a new album October 9th. Pre-orders are up now. Various pre-order packs. You can get t-shirts. The whole bunch of shit. Picture Perfect dropping. Last year, he dropped... What the fuck was the name of that album? I'm going to look it up real quick. Put a Crown on It. He dropped that last year on Black Friday, I believe, late last year. So less than a year later, we're getting a whole nother Rittz album. He's still got that album with C. Lance in the works. I really want that album. I want to hear how Rittz and C. Lance mesh together. And Rittz has always been teasing that he's got 3-4 albums in the works at all times. So we're getting Picture Perfect. Not only that, we got the first single from the album. It's the title track, Picture Perfect, featuring Tech Nine. I peeped the video, listened to the song just one time. Ill track. Rittz is fucking dope. Rittz stays consistent ever since White Jesus. Dude's just been killing it since he dropped White Jesus. All his albums on Strange have been good. Put a Crown on It was dope. I would imagine Picture Perfect is going to be fucking fire. October 9th, it's dropping. The new single and video is out now, featuring Tech Nine. Also fire. Go peep that shit out. Another album dropping. Let's see. Aesop Rock. He's dropping November 13th. His new album through Rhymesayers. He's been a Rhymesayers fucking... I can't think of the word, but he's been on Rhymesayers for a fucking minute now, and he's killing it. He's got his new album, Spirit World Field Guide, dropping November 13th. Aesop Rock, if you remember a few years ago, it came out that he has the biggest vocabulary in all of hip-hop, like by far. I think Aesop is just okay. I love his production. His production is like what really draws me into his sound. The way he raps and his pronunciation of words kind of throws me off a little bit, but dude, he's nice with it. I might not be the biggest fan, but he's nice with it. I'll peep it when it drops. The artwork is super fresh. So November 13th, new Aesop Rock Spirit World Field Guide will be dropping on all your favorite DSPs and all that shit. And let's get into some Skee, shall we? I didn't dive into it last week's podcast. It would have been perfect for last week's episode because his live stream was on Friday, I believe. It was on his birthday. He had a birthday stream. And people were hitting me up. Yo, you got to check out the Skee live stream that he did. He broke down the whole deal with Magic Ninja Entertainment. And not necessarily what happens, but he kind of went on a little rant. So I went and peeped it out. It is 100% official. Skee is off Magic Ninja Entertainment. He acknowledged it in his live stream. Go to mnestore.com. Nothing Skee is up there. No t-shirts, no CDs, nothing Skee is up on mnestore.com, which is interesting. And I'm going to get back to that in a minute. But I got my phone right here. Can't really see it, but I took a whole bunch of notes from the Skee live stream. Basically, the whole thing was he wants to take his career into his own hands. He doesn't want to have to break off a piece of any of the money to a label when he could do it himself. That was basically the gist of his whole thing. He was complaining that they spent $10,000 for the video that they did for Charlie off the Charlie and the Filth Factory album, and he had wanted to do like four or five more videos off that album to really bring the whole story together, and he didn't get to do it because they dropped $10K for the Charlie video. Didn't want to go into debt and owe the label money for doing just music videos. He said 10K was fucking ridiculous for a music video when he could have his boy Nobi do it for a few $100s. So I don't know what, makes sense to me. Artists, you sign these deals, you got to watch what you're fucking signing. Let's see, what other notes? He was talking about he doesn't want to make suicidal music for suicidal kids when he doesn't want to commit suicide. That, to me, kind of seemed like a little jab at Twisted. Twisted is known for making emo as fuck music. Let's be honest. Go check out my top 10 Twisted songs of all time. Shit is 90% emo songs. And they cover that subject a lot in their music. So that seemed like a little bit of a jab. I don't know why he would even say that. I don't think it's expected of him to make suicidal music for suicidal kids. He also said M&E didn't do him dirty. He shouted out George, the manager for Twisted, and I think everybody else that's on M&E. He said if it wasn't for George, he wouldn't have been able to get off the label and get everything taken care of. So he was shouting him out on the stream. He doesn't know what happens behind closed doors, but hope they had his best interest. They probably did. But let's be honest. If you're signed to a label that is run by an artist on that label, i.e. Twisted, Strange Music with Tech Nine, Psychopathic Records with ICP, you are not going to get that same push as the main artist on that label. It just never seems to happen that way. Suburban Noise, Cottonmouth Kings. It felt like nobody ever got that push like Cottonmouth Kings did. So that's just kind of the things that happen when you sign to a label owned by an artist. You're not going to get that push. I'm not going to say it never happens, but it almost never happens. Let's see, what else did he talk about? He talked about you're more popular when you're signed, but you get less money, but you're less popular, but get less popular when you're not signed, but get more money. All right. Yes. And this goes back to when you sign a record deal, you're breaking off some money to pay that record label because they're offering you services that you might not necessarily get yourself. And that was this whole stream. He doesn't want to have a middleman when he can just go directly to the fans himself. He don't want to be signed. He don't want to have a budget and then have to wait for the label to recoup their budget before he starts making money off album sales, merch, whatever. Because that's what a record label is going to do. When you sign that dotted line and a record label gives you money, they got to make that money back before you see the fucking money. I don't know if people realize that or not. I'm sure Gmo knew it when he signed. Let's see. What else? He wants to see the books when he wasn't getting what was agreed to. Again, you want to see the books of the money. Like, I don't think that's ever going to happen. But the label's got to recoup their money before you could see a fucking cent of it. He ain't sucking dick to make it, as you shouldn't. Nobody should do that. Fuck that. I ain't doing that. And if you're any kind of content creator, music, podcast, you fucking dance, you draw, paint, whatever, don't kiss ass to fucking make it. Do it your own way. You'll learn some shit, good and bad. You're going to hit bumps on the way. Sometimes it'll be smooth sailing, but you will hit bumps. And it's up to you to get through that bumpy road and fucking make it on your own. What else? He doesn't want to shit on or tear anybody down. He ain't trying to diss nobody. I think he's appreciative of the Magic Ninja deal. That was pretty evident coming from him too. But he just doesn't want to break off that middleman and owe record labels any money. He also noted juggalos looking for drama, people blind to the fact he was being called racial slurs. We all know who was doing it. Constantly. And I know juggalos were doing that. We talked about this a few months back with juggalos and accountability. Motherfucker, you are not a juggalo if you are dropping racial slurs, calling somebody racial slurs. You are not a fucking juggalo and you need to get the fuck out of the scene. It's quite unfortunate that this has like gone down over the years. When I first became a juggalo, it was not like that at all. But at some point, people weren't doxing these fucking people, running these background checks on these juggalos, and we're just letting them in. These racist fucks. I've seen it so many times. So, and it's unfortunate that it happened to fucking Gmo. It's bullshit. Should never have happened. Hold these juggalos accountable. If you see this shit online, hold them accountable. Call them out. Post about it. Do what you got to do. Fuck that. He said he don't like talking about the situation, although he talked about it for about a half hour at least. And you could tell he didn't really want to talk about it, but he had to get it off his chest. He said he took time for him to really grasp his thoughts on the whole situation. He could have came out a lot earlier and talked about it, but didn't do it. I've been calling for it for a while. I've said it a few months ago. Is Gmo Skee still signed to M&E? Signing to M&E did a lot for him, he said. Of course it did. They have a bigger fan base than he does. So it would make sense that M&E did do a lot for him. They put him in a larger crowd than he was in himself already. He wants to prove he could do it alone and make sure he's paid. If you're doing it independent all by yourself with no record label, you're going to get 100% of the money is what it is. You're signed to a record label. You got to break them off a cut. It's part of the deal. Unless you finesse some kind of deal with them, which he probably didn't. He probably got some kind of basic deal when he signed to M&E. What else? We got a few more notes. He ain't disrespecting anybody. He's just telling his truth. I'm not mad at it. I don't think there was anything crazy on here. Like, other than the suicidal music for suicidal kids thing, I don't think there was any kind of real jabs being thrown. Like he said, he was throwing love to the manager, George, and doesn't want to owe anybody and doesn't want anybody to owe him anything. There you go. And that's why all his merch is off M&E store. Did he completely recoup? Did he buy all the rights to his merch and music? Is Magic Ninja like Psychopathic Records where they keep your masters? I know record labels do it, underground or not. It just is what it is. You sign your masters away. I don't know. Up on digital service providers, it still says Magic Ninja, but he's straight up selling all those CDs on his own merch store. Whether he has to break off a cut to M&E or not, I don't know. But you can't find those CDs, T-shirts, any other Gmo Skee merch on M&E store anymore. It is completely gone. He's doing it himself. And shout out to Gmo Skee. Maybe he was better off solo anyway, doing it by himself. Inf Gang shit. Pinkies up. Inf Gang. I'm not the biggest Gmo Skee fan, but I don't hate him. I ain't got no ill will towards him or anything. I wish him the best. Hope he fucking does it. He's got the Filth element dropping some point in the near future. No release date, but I think he talked about the album being done. So that'll be dropping. Who knows when? Don't know. But shout out to Gmo. Don't sign on the fucking dotted line unless you read the deal, read the terms. To any rapper that's listening to this right now, make sure you know what exactly you're signing. And if not, take it to a fucking lawyer or something. Because you'll think you're getting screwed when you're not, because that's the deal that you signed. Enough of the Gmo Skee and signing record deals. Let's get to some Strange Music. Strange Music released a bunch of music over the past couple weeks. Up first, we got Mayday with their brand new EP. It's called Minute to Midnight. This dropped not this past Friday, but the Friday before. That's out on all digital service providers. Go peep that if you haven't checked that out. Burns of Mayday. These Mayday dudes staying busy as fuck. He dropped his third EP off his album, Sorry for the Mess. This is Sorry for the Mess Part 3. That's out right now. If you ain't checked it out, go check that. Maze, he dropped his brand new album this past Friday. Hassan is his new album. I feel like this dude just dropped his first album like not even a few months ago. It was probably last year some point, but goddamn, it feels like this dude just dropped his first album and now he's got his second album out. Hassan is out everywhere. JL, he announced his next album, Devil Hates Sundays. Albums dropping 9/25. Strange Music, staying busy as shit. And last but not least, from Strange Music, the album I'm most hyped for. 2 weeks back, we talked about the track list and how 80% of it was already previously released. Well, that was the unofficial track list. That was my bad for even putting that out there. I got that from the website Genius. I shouldn't even have posted it. I knew that I was taking a chance that it wasn't the real track list. Sure as shit, it's not. This right here is the official track list. 18 songs. Still a good 60 to 70% of this album has been previously released. But it's 18 tracks instead of 15, what I've talked about last week. So that's better. More unreleased shit, 3 more tracks, but 18 songs. I liked 15 better because I never listened to any of the songs that dropped. So I liked 15. 18, I'm kind of iffy about, but I'm hyped for new Chris Calico. It's been, 4 or 5 years since Go dropped. And Legend is dropping this Friday, 9/18. So in fucking 4 days from now. September 18th, Chris Calico is dropping his brand new album, Legend. Features from Tech Nine, Stevie Stone, Garrett Raff, King ISO, CJ Hicks, Rittz, Mercules, Jelly Roll, and JL. Strange Music. Staying busy as shit. I know I didn't listen to any of that other stuff I talked about, but I know a lot of Strange Music fans watched and listened to the show, so I had to cover it real quick. Another thing I wanted to cover, we talked about it a little bit last week, Sawed Off. The Lone Rider, the EP, I finally listened to it. I wanted to give my thoughts on it real quick. I listened to it 2 times through up on YouTube, on the Native World YouTube channel. The hard copies are available now up on ABK's web store. I'll put that graphic up right here. TheWarriorSpot.com. So you can get the hard copy of The Lone Rider. Whole bunch of new merch. You can see right there, hats, t-shirts, CDs, all that shit. But The Lone Rider from Sawed Off is fucking fire. Flame emojis everywhere. Shit is super dope. Sawed Off killed it. It's like 7 tracks. Super dope. You got Kendrick Lamar beat on here. Trying to remember some of the other beats, but there was a few recognizable beats. I think Tyga's Rack City was on here. So definitely a dope listen, as usually is with all Rada albums. Like every Psychopathic Rada album is good. That M&E Rada's album was fucking fire. And this Sawed Off solo album is fire. This is only the second member to go solo from Psychopathic Radas. Sawed Off, first one being Twin Gats. And Twin Gats actually put out 2 albums. That was brought to my attention. Got the self-titled Twin Gats solo album, which I actually own the hard copy of. And then he put out another album called Reloaded. I had no idea until somebody hit me up on IG about it, talking about it. So Twin Gats put out 2 solo albums. ABK got his Lone Rider album. And it's fucking fire. Buy the hard copy or go bump it on YouTube. It's definitely worth the listen. And then the fucking big news of this past week. ICP's House Party Peep Show. Holy shit. What a fucking confusing situation this is. Let's be 100% honest. Confusing as fuck, but let's break it down from the very fucking beginning, shall we? Let's fucking do it. Wednesday of last week, ICP put up this graphic. Text Juggalo to 474747 for ICP updates. They sent out a code for the Psychopathic Vault merch store to get 17% off. Down 4 life, if you want to know. That's the code. Number 4, down 4 life. So you got 17% off the Psychopathic Vault. This ICP text line promises to give news first before you get it anywhere else. We all know ICP news has been fucking slow as hell. I did not sign up for this text line update thing. M&E did this a few years ago. I ended up unsubscribing from it because it's just kind of annoying. I'm going to get the news online anyway. So to see them hop on this fucking train when the train took off about 5 years ago at least, on something like this, super late train for ICP, whatever. We're still going to get the news. People are going to post it when they get the text, whatever. And then they'll probably sell your number and you'll get unsolicited phone calls. But then the very next day on Thursday, they took to Twitter. Fucking good old fashioned Twitter. And they posted, "Okay, ninjas, damn. Do we have the surprise of all motherfucking surprises coming for you tomorrow? This is so big, it's going to leave you the type of shaken you were the day you were when you first found out how to wash your meat whistle. I can't read. Don't make fun of me, please. You can, it's fine, but don't. Keep your eyes peeled, and Faygo's warm and flat. Fucking gross. Faygo is disgusting. I don't give a fuck what nobody says. That's diabetes in a bottle. Fucking gross. Warm and flat. Blech. Puke. No, I'm good. But last Thursday, we got this Twitter tweet, whatever, from ICP that on Friday, the big news would be fucking dropped. Is it a new album? What the fuck is it gonna be? Friday came, Friday went. Typical ICP fashion, no news was fucking dropped when they said it was gonna drop. Shout out to the clowns for letting the fans down again. But then on Saturday, they came through a whole fucking day late. ICP's live streaming all October long for the ICP's House Party Peep Show, Hallowicked Acoustic Show, Oddcast Podcast, ICP History Tours, Wild Wednesdays. You get a free gift bag. Let's break this shit down, shall we? This is a shit show. So you go to insaneclownposse.com. They got the whole breakdown of everything that's going down. But first up, we talked about it earlier in the year. Before Corona happened, they had the Ultra Live Monster 5. 5 concerts all over the world. You get a coin. You collect all 5. You're the supreme juggalo. You're better than all other juggalos that don't have all 5 coins. You get a ill little juggalo ID card, to signify that you are the best juggalo, better than all other juggalos in the land, because you went to these 5 concerts. This is the first Ultra Live Monster 5 event. You will get the coin when they send out the merch pack. So, a whole lot of shit. I don't even know where to begin. The streaming service. This is running through patreon.com. Patreon.com/insaneclownposse. I don't even know where to begin with this. Because it's all over the place. But let's break down first what is going to be happening during these month-long stream in October. Every Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday night, there will be a unique show live streamed online for you to watch from 9 p.m. Eastern to midnight. Every show will feature Insane Clown Posse themselves doing podcasts, crazy home movies, taking tours of legendary locations, crucial to ICP's history, and much more. How do I subscribe and what it costs? We'll break that down because that's a whole nother fucking debacle in itself, the whole Patreon thing. Jesus fucking Christ. First of all, what's in the gift bag? Stickers, stickers, and stickers. Just playing. Everybody who subscribes to ICP's Party House Peep Show will get the following items. The first Ultra Live Monster 5 collectible coin. Again, you need all 5 to be the supreme, superior Juggalo. ICP's House Party Peep Show. ICP will be putting out, this will probably be the Hallowicked CD, songs, whatever. They'll be doing a you-produced ICP show where you'll help them put these songs together. They'll put it on CD and send it out as part of the packs. Also, there will be a DVD that will feature bonus footage from everything that went down over this month-long live streaming at Violent J's basement. I forgot to mention that. Violent J's basement. They said in order to prevent the repossession of Violent J's house, they got to do this ICP house party, raise a little bit of money, maybe get that mortgage payment paid off for October, maybe September, because he probably hasn't paid it. Maybe even August. Who the fuck knows? But you got the Oddcast podcast every Monday night in October, 9 p.m. to midnight. Violent J, Shaggy, Rude Boy, and Jump Steady will be talking about everything. October 5th, the ICP seminar, traditionally held at the Gathering of the Juggalos. That didn't happen this year. It's going down October 5th. The ICP seminar. They're going to be breaking down everything that's going to be going on for the upcoming year for Psychopathic Records, which is, who the fuck knows, but we'll see. You know, the undelivered promises that they'll be giving us during this ICP seminar, because they love promising shit and not delivering. So that will be going down October 5th. October 12th, Descent into the Abyss of Evil. So it sounds like it's going to be a podcast about serial killers, mass murderers, supernatural horrors, all that. Nah, I don't really give a fuck about that. Who cares? October 19th, Stories from the Road, with over 25 years of touring history as platinum selling artists. You best believe there's some crazy ICP stories, and they'll be talking about that October 19th. That'll be dope. Just like the Twisted podcast, where they're going to be talking about stories from the road. That'll be entertaining as fuck, especially Violent J twisting and the truth, and the way Violent J tells stories is fucking classic. Don't get it fucked up. So I look forward to hearing stories from the road for that. And then October 26th, Top 5 Freshness, a variety of Top 5 lists. They'll discuss everything from their top 5 favorite pastimes, top 5 greatest moments in Juggalo history, who knows what the fuck else. So that's every Monday. All those shows will be going down every Wednesday from 9 p.m. to midnight. Starting October 7th, we'll be getting ICP home movies with live commentary. This sounds like a bunch of home footage that they recorded over the years on the road, in the studio, whatever. And you'll have live commentary by ICP and Jump Steady, featuring a whole bunch of guests on the show as well. So that's going down October 7th. October 14th, Wicked Clown Campfire Stories. They'll tell personal stories of their lives around a campfire. Violent J, Shaggy Two Dope, Rude Boy, and Jump Steady. In-person tickets are available for that, and they're extremely limited from what I know. I think they go up for sale on the 18th, this Friday. So you have the chance to join the campfire on October 14th to hear candid personal stories of their lives. That'll probably be interesting. You know, the only time they've ever really done that was, about the Behind the Paint book, and then when they talked about the John Kick Jazz and his whole life after he had passed on the Juggalo show. So that's pretty dope. And then October 21st, this is pretty cool. The Psychopathic Dawn Shoot interview. Violent J, Shaggy Two Dope, Jump Steady, and Billy Bill will answer questions from the online Juggalo audience in a straightforward, no-holds-barred question and answer interview. The only time this has been done before was at the Gathering 2001. So if you have a fucking question for ICP, it don't matter what it is according to them, they will answer it. No holds barred. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of shit flinging during this Q&A with the Psychopathic Dons, ICP, Jump Steady, and Billy Bill. That'll be interesting to listen to. October 28th, You Produce ICP, watch ICP and Straight Jacket together as they record in Violent J's home studio. I believe it's 3 songs for the Party House Party Peep Show EP that will be mailed out to all subscribers as one of the items in the gift bag. If we get the gift bag, let's just say that. Because there's still juggalos who never got their Gloomy Sunday CDs from the Fuck the Fuck Off Motherfucker tour. That happened. And then on Saturday night, every Saturday night in October, starting October 3rd, they got pre-recorded tours where ICP will take you on tours of many of the historical landmarks in and around Detroit. Many of these locations have been popularized by ICP. You'll have the Psychopathic Records tour, Alex Abyss's Old House, the Birth of Psychopathic Records tour, the first Psychopathic Records office in Southfield, the second Psychopathic Records office in Novi, current Psychopathic Records in Lotus Pod Studio, Violent J's house and home studio will all be part of the October 3rd historical tours. October 10th, the Dark Woods Tour, Picker Forest, where ICP witnessed actual magic and supernatural happenings. Many times as kid, The Road from ICP's Behind the Paint book, so that'll be going down October 10th. October 17th, Southwest Detroit Tour. You go to Zug Island, Delray, the Dog Beats cover shoot location, Verner and Military Street, Clark Park in Mexican Town, and the fucking Fago Factory. That's kind of cool. The ICP will bring you to all these tours that they've talked about in their music over the years. Then October 24th, the Old School Tour, the Disc Studio, where ICP professionally recorded their first song. Violent J's Old Ferndale House, Shaggy Two Dope's Old Ferndale House, the Magic Bag Theater, where ICP did their first show with Fago. ICP, Violent J's Old Detroit apartment, where Esham pulled a pistol on Violent J. That's funny that they're going to relive that moment. Shaggy's Hamtramck apartment, I don't know. And ICP's Cass Corridor Detroit apartment and St. Andrews Hall, the legendary venue in Detroit where ICP worked as bouncers. That's all going down every Saturday. And then the last Saturday of the month is the Hallowicked acoustic concert featuring Ouija Macc, Big Hoodoo, and Clownvis. The epic concert will take place in fucking Violent J's living room. None of this is at Psychopathic Records headquarters. The only time you'll see Psychopathic headquarters is in pre-recorded videos. This will feature a full sound and concert lighting. See ICP as you've never witnessed them before. Dive into the deepest recesses of their music. perform acoustically with a live band, Hallowicked style. This is going to be Hallowicked acoustic. We've seen them do we've seen them do the acoustic sets before, and they were actually pretty cool, pretty dope. So this is going to be the special Hallowicked acoustic concert. Sounds like Ouija Macc, Hoodoo are going to be performing somehow. That'll be interesting to see. And that's going down. For Hallowicked, stay posted to all of ICP's social media and everything to keep up to date on all the events going down for ICP's House Party Peep Show. Going the fuck down. That's a lot of shit. The asking price, we haven't talked about that. $66.50, motherfucker. Sounds like a lot of money, but if you think about it, you're getting a lot of shit for it. 3 days a week throughout the month of October, they're going to be live streaming through Patreon. Sounds dope. But what about the Patreon thing, right? If you're not familiar with Patreon, Patreon works a few different ways. I posted this up on my Twitter. I said, be aware, if you subscribe to the ICP Patreon before October, you run the chance of being charged the $66.53 times for a total of $199.50. The first time you'd be charged is before you signed up before October, again on October 1st, and then again at midnight, November 1st, as Hallowicked is happening. Since I posted that, a couple things came to light. I got sent this graphic from somebody on Facebook saying no charge has been placed yet. So this person had already put in their order through Patreon for the ICP Party House Peep Show. It says you will be charged October 1st on the 1st of every month. All right. So there is no chance of you being charged 3 times. But there is a chance of you being charged twice if you don't cancel before November happens. You know, the night of Hallowicked, if you don't cancel before midnight that night, you run the chance of being charged again. On ICP's page, it says that there is only a one-time payment that you'll have to go through to get access to the whole month-long stream. So just buyer beware. Patreon will charge you that $66.50 November 1st at midnight if you don't cancel before then. So if you order as soon as October fucking happens and you get access to that Patreon, cancel your subscription service. Unless they have some kind of thing where they're going to automatically cancel it for you and they make it known that that's going to happen, or that they're going to be continuing the Patreon at a different price point and offering different shit going forward. So that would be the only case where I'd see that you don't have to cancel, is if they offer, you know, they continue the ICP Patreon going forward, or cancel it for you. But even then, I wouldn't take the fucking chance, because Patreon will bill you at midnight November 1st. So buyer beware. And I asked the question earlier today up on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. I'm going to hop on right now on Twitter to see what people were saying. I asked, are you going to be buying ICP's House Party Peep Show? Up on Twitter, 68 votes right now. And I posted this 3 hours and 8 minutes ago. So in 3 hours, I got 68 votes on Twitter. 59% say no to a 41% yes. And I did check this earlier up on Instagram. I'm going to double check it right now. Are you going to be buying it? 13 comments. Let's see. No, 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 no. No, no. 12 people said no. One person said yes on Instagram. All right, let's go to Facebook real quick. Bear with me as I do this. I appreciate you as I do this, but it's looking like a lot of people are not going to buy this. The people that follow me anyway. Who the fuck knows in the grand scheme of things as far as ICP's fan base goes? Let's see. No. No. Maybe. Yes, he needs the content. He's a mark. Don't blame him. Yes, yes, no, yes. So it's 50-50 on Facebook, 90% no on Instagram, and what I say, 60%, 59% on Instagram. Will you be buying ICP's Peep Show? People are asking me, am I going to be buying ICP's Party House Peep Show? When I first thought about the whole Patreon thing, and shout out to Joker's Gallery because he's the one that brought it up on Twitter first. And then it started to get me to think like, hold up. Motherfuckers might be getting charged 3 times for this Patreon thing. But it looks like at most you'll be charged twice if you don't cancel before November 1st. You have to cancel after October 1st, before November 1st. But back to the question. Am I going to buy this? Am I going to buy ICP's House Party Peep Show? Man, fuck yeah, I'm going to be buying it. Absolutely. $66.50 is not bad. Best believe I'm going to be canceling my fucking subscription before November 1st because I ain't catching that double charge. 100%, I'm buying ICP's House Party Peep Show. Fucking for sure. One, for the merch bag. You get the CD, the DVD, the Superior Supreme Juggalo coin, the first one of 5. Not that I really give a fuck about that because unless they do another, one of those Ultra Live Monster 5s in the New England area, I probably won't go to any of the other ones. But you get all the other ill shit with it. You get the ICP acoustic set, which will be dope to watch. You get the podcasts, the Q&As, the seminars, the tours that they're going to be doing. For $66, let's be honest, it seems like you're getting your bang for your buck. And don't forget this point, this is the best anybody could do in this situation because of Corona. This is the best case scenario for Hallowicked because you're not getting a concert. Clearly, you're not getting a fucking concert. Nobody else is going to be doing any kind of concert. So for me personally, yes, I will be buying ICP's House Party Peep Show 100%. And I'm surprised to see a lot of people say no, but I don't blame them as well. I expect there to be a lot of fucking delays with every live stream. Is ICP ever on time for anything? No. ICP wasn't even on time to announce this whole fucking thing. And they've been teasing that they've got big shit coming. So this is the big thing that they got. It's going down October. I will be buying it. Hopefully getting that merch pack. Hopefully they'll be sending them shits out. Because like I said earlier, I still know people that don't have the Fuck the Fuck Off CD from the Gloomy Sunday CD from the Fuck the Fuck Off motherfucker tour. But yeah, I'm buying it. I think it's fresh. I'm sure if you're watching this, a majority of you are expecting me to shit on this and hate on it. No fucking way. This is the best case scenario for Hallowicked. And what better way than to give Hallowicked to everybody? Usually it's just a Detroit thing. And you either got to take a road trip or you're lucky and you live in that area and you're just going to a fucking concert. So, yeah, this is dope. If you ask me my personal opinion, this is dope. I'm not going to hate on it. I'm putting out that buyer beware. Make sure you cancel before November 1st so you don't get charged again because Patreon is a recurring monthly subscription service. And I hope we get the merch packs. Please send the fucking merch packs. Don't fucking screw us over again. I will ask for a refund if I don't get a merch pack. Straight to fuck up. Because I'll pay through fucking PayPal and I'll file a PayPal complaint. Don't fucking test me. I'll file that complaint. But, I mean, this is dope. A lot of people are hating on it. I get it. I can see both sides of the coin. But to me, personally, I think this is a cool idea. Again, best case scenario for Hallowicked this year. So shout out to ICP. They're actually fucking doing something this year besides giving us a playlist and a fucking interview with Chris Hansen. Oh, the one thing I forgot to talk about. They will be revealing the 5th Joker's card of the second deck. They're going to tell us all about it. They're going to show us what it looks like. I can't believe I almost forgot to talk about that. I was hoping this big announcement was going to be, hey, the fucking Joker's card is done. It's coming out soon. That would have been fucking wig blown back, mind blowing. But this is cool as fuck, in my opinion. But yes, the 5th Joker's card will be revealed at some point during the House Party Peep Show at some point in October. I'm sure we're going to get the name. It sounds like we're going to get the backstory of the Joker's card and what it looks like. That's fucking dope. And hopefully we get that album ASAP. They should be recording that album already. But yeah. There it is. ICP's House Party Breakdown. Fucking A. I think it's dope. I don't blame you for hating on it. And I don't blame anybody for being suspicious of it. Because of the whole Patreon thing, it's kind of confusing. Hopefully I broke it down good enough for you. And let's keep this motherfucker going. We're almost an hour in. I think this is the longest podcast I've ever done fucking solo. We're almost an hour in, 57 minutes right now. We got a few more things to talk about. We were speaking about Ouija Macc a few minutes ago. Well, he dropped the second single off his Zodiac EP that's dropping September 25th in 2.5 weeks, or a week and a half from now. The new single, Pew Pew, is out on all DSPs, Apple Music, Spotify, all that. I didn't listen to it. I did bump the first single, which was dope, Fuckface. I'm just waiting for the EP to drop at this point. Ouija Macc, staying consistent for 2020. Representing for the Juggalos and Psychopathic Records. At least he's doing something. You know, Big Hoodoo supposedly got an album coming as well. But go peep the new track from Ouija Macc, Pew Pew, out everywhere. And then Esham, the godfather of the wicked shit himself. He dropped a brand new track. No promotion for this. This just fucking came out of nowhere. His new track, Shark Food, is out right now. I haven't listened to it. Haven't got a chance to listen to it. I've been bumping that new Conway, which I'm about to talk about in a couple minutes here. But Esham, he dropped a new track called Shark Food. I wanted to give a heads up to everybody to go peep that. And then we got a little bit of mob-style music for you. A little bit of news, babe. Buckshot's been a little bit fucking quiet these past couple months. He's been dropping hints on social media that this is the calm before the storm. Well, they were posting this, the image that you see of the skull, the Horde. I was going to speculate that it was going to be the first Boondocks single off of Crimson Crow, but it ends up being a limited edition CD and personalized 12-inch flat from Buckshot and Boondocks, along with this embroidered hockey jersey. So Boondocks and Buckshot, they might as well just start a fucking rap group at this point. They've been doing so much music together, working together so much. You know, this song right here, The Horde, is featuring Jamie Madrox. So you buy the jersey, you get the limited edition CD, as how Buckshot and mob style music usually does it. Limited edition everything. So that's fucking dope to see. And dude's just staying busy, and the other member of Underground Avengers with Buckshot and Boondocks, Class. He posted up on social media, Twitter, I believe. He posted up on Twitter this image with the finger over the lips, the shh emoji. Revenge Article 3 is coming soon. He dropped the first 2 articles earlier this year, then Corona happened, fucked everything up, and he hasn't dropped anything since. Well, the 3rd EP from his upcoming album, Revenge, will be coming soon. No release date yet, but it is coming. I'm hyped for new Class. I fuck with Class. Out of all 3 Underground Avengers, Class is my favorite. I've been fucking with Class forever. I'm a broken record. I repeat myself over and over. But yeah, shout out to Class. Article 3, Revenge, coming soon. And then we got the album before the actual album. And let me tell you, this sounds like a fucking album. This sounds different than any of the shit that he's been putting out the last, probably ever, to be honest. This new Conway the Machine album, From King to a God, this is the album before the Shady Records album. I posted on Twitter today, like, what the fuck kind of record deal did Griselda Records finesse with Eminem and Shady to get it to where they could put out albums, legit albums, through other distributors and other record labels. This is through Empire and Griselda Records. So Empire Records and Griselda put this out. What kind of record deal did they finesse? Shout out to them for that. But Conway the Machine, From King to a God, the album before the album. I've listened to it twice so far. So I can't break down some in-depth review, but let me say this about this album. 2 listens in, this is a fucking dope album. This sounds like an album. And what do I mean by it sounds like an album? It sounds like when Nipsey dropped Victory Lap, that was like, holy shit, this dude took time to put this album together. That's what this sounds like, From King to a God. That's what this album sounds like. Like, time was taken to be put into this album. You got Fear of God with Dej Loaf. I love that song. I love Dej Loaf's part in there. Her singing is fucking fire. Lemon with Method Man, fire. It's a typical Griselda sound. I love the beat on there. Method Man kills it. One of my favorite tracks off this album, early favorite, is Doe and Damani. I love how the beat breaks down for the second half of the song. Ugh. And then the Juvenile Hell with Flea Lord, Havoc, and Lloyd Banks is phenomenal. It lived up to my own personal hype. Frontlines, which he released earlier this year. A lot of conscious shit talking about George Floyd and that whole situation and racist cops and racism happening. Then you got this track, Anza, featuring Armani Caesar, Griselda's first female artist to the label. This is kind of like an up-tempo, like you've never heard Conway on some shit like this. The first time I heard it, I was like, no, this isn't good. This don't sound good. Then the second time I heard it, I found myself bopping to it. I was like, damn, this shit is fire. And then I didn't realize it was the track with Armani Caesar. And then she came in and started rapping, and it kind of killed the vibe for me, can't lie. But she didn't kill it to the point where I didn't enjoy the track. This is a different sound for Conway, and he fucking killed it on that song. I dig it. I don't care what anybody says. Seen Everything But Jesus featuring Freddie Gibbs is fucking great. Spurs 3 with Benny the Butcher and Westside Gun, like, sounds like they could have put that on What Would Sheen Gun Do, and it would have fit in perfectly. And probably my early absolute favorite track on here is the last track on the actual album, because there are 2 bonus tracks, but the last track for the actual album before the bonus tracks is Forever Dropping Tears featuring El Camino. Tugging at the heartstrings on this one. Phenomenal fucking record. produced by Eric Sermon and the Rockwilder. I love this beat. This beat is amazing. I love it. And El Camino kills it on the hook, as he usually does. Shout out to El Camino for the amazing hook on here. Conway kills it with the raps. Rapping about DJ Shay's death. Rest in peace, DJ Shay. This album, through 2 listens, is really good. I don't know if it's better than No One Mourns the Wicked yet, because I've had actual time to live with that record. And it's only EP. It's like 8 songs, but it's fucking so good. Every song on there is good. But through 2 listens, if you haven't peeped Conway the Machine, this would be a great starting point right here. This sounds like an actual album that sounds like was taking time. You know, he took his time with it. And I can't wait for God Don't Make Mistakes, his shady debut, coming at some point soon. These Griselda dudes staying busy as fuck. So go peep that Conway, From King to a God. It's really good. Really good. And one last thing before we get the fuck up out of here. Juicy J and DJ Paul sue Suicide Boys for $6.4 million for alleged illegal samples. You could throw alleged the fuck up out of the window, because if you listen to Suicide Boys, you know straight the fuck up half those songs are straight 3 6 Mafia rips. Straight jacking them shits. You know, you got the smoked out, loked out sample on like who knows how many fucking songs. Whole bunch of shit. It's obvious Suicide Boys sampled 3 6 Mafia. But why is Juicy J and DJ Paul suing? I thought Juicy J was cool with 3 6 Mafia. He executive produced their first official album, I Want to Die in New Orleans. They actually produced 2 mixtapes for him. I thought that was their kind of way of paying him off for using those samples. Now, DJ Paul's always made it known that at some point he's going to sue these motherfuckers for these samples, but he's held off up until now. Suicide Boys being sampled. My thoughts on it: it's the kind of petty I enjoy. Can't front. It's the kind of petty I enjoy. DJ Paul and Juicy J getting after the Suicide Boys. Fuck it, why not, right? I'm sure they'll work out some kind of deal. Who the fuck knows what? But going forward, I would expect sample-free Suicide Boys music, or samples that have been cleared that Suicide Boys will use. I fucking love Suicide Boys. One of my favorite groups over the last 5-6 years. Up there with A La Zulu, Griselda. You know? It's the kind of petty I enjoy. And I've been going for an hour and 8 fucking minutes. If you are still tuned into this shit, shout out to you. You are the fucking MVP of this. My throat fucking hurts for talking for the last hour and 10 minutes. God damn. But that's going to wrap it up. ICP's Party House Peep Show. I'm buying it 100% without a doubt. I hope they don't fuck the fans over on the merch drop. And I hope the streams go as scheduled. And we're not sitting there till fucking 3 in the fucking morning on a Monday night. Because I got work on Tuesday and Thursday. Know what I mean? What else? Gmo Skee off M&E? All that. Much love for you tuning in. It's very much appreciated. We are into the hundreds, triple digits. I'm Robo of the Beneath the Dirt podcast. And until next time, I'm out. Peace.